Hi guys, it's the Redemption series coming in again with a very quick 1-2 on the 1-2. We're gonna get this introduction thing together soon, okay, and very soon. I just came to check in and see how everybody was doing out there on YouTube land. It is Tuesday, December the 28th. And I know a lot of us are winding down our year, recapping our year, seeing our wins and our losses and what we were able to change, accomplish, heal from, grow from, manifest, walk into, but mainly heal, right? Healing is the operative here. And as we are closing out the year, we're kind of doing inventory, checks and balances, washing clothes, folding them up, before the new year begins and trying to get our lives together. Oh, girl, look at that light. Let's turn it down a bit. But we are mainly doing checks and balances with ourselves, right? Because we are our star player. Keep in mind that there was this line that I live by, right? Don't judge me. I'm good for hope quotes, okay? But it was a line out of Players Club, and Diamond said, I don't trust nobody's information but my own. And sometimes in certain seasons in your life, you can't really put so much of yourself in the hands of other people for them to lead and guide and direct. Just because you have to be able to do inventory. I mean, it's your life, right? It's your life. You have to be able to do inventory and see where you stand with the things that you want to change within yourself. Because if you open yourself up and you're always at the mercy of other people to do things differently, then you'll always be at the mercy of other people. And that may or may not fit well with you and could cause, some types of monkey mind, as I call it. Monkey mind, where you're going back and forth with, is this right for me? Is that right for me? And it's like, well, damn, if I trusted myself, right? If I trusted my information to be true about me first, then everything else is secondary, and I can just move from from my primary space, right? And if it resonates, then it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and you can kind of keep on walking from there. Even for me, right? Because who am I to you, right? But I'm glad you're here. But I just, you just your friendly reminder to 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 let clarity and direction to be a part of your work. Let clarity of mind and thought be a part of your healing, because oftentimes I find where we aren't, when you grow up in certain types of households, you aren't really taught to that it's okay to think for yourself, that it's okay to have thoughts of your own that conflict with what someone else's beliefs about what you should be doing are, right? You're supposed to fall in line. You're supposed to have a high school diploma, have a college degree, get a good job, retire from that job after work, and follow these chain of events by people who didn't even follow those chain of events, right? But it messes with your psyche long term. When it comes down to making choices and decisions for yourself, there's always a second guess type of thing, where and you learn not to trust you first. It's unfortunate, and it's a lot of people in therapy because of it. But it's a very real reality for a lot of different people that causes a lot of monkey mind or cognitive dissonance whenever it comes down to making choices and decisions for your life, life path, goals, direction, getting involved with different groups spiritual groups, sectors, religious groups, gangs, even. Like, it don't even matter. Let's keep it a buck. Let's go down to the basics. Like, it could lead to, it's like it's a gateway for a lot of different things. But when it boils down in the pot, you know, it hails from, you know, it being ingrained in you to not trust yourself at a very early age. And so, you know, I mean, it happens. Not saying right or wrong. I think it's a matter of social conditioning that puts people in certain spaces where, you know, it's kind of not optional to feel that way, you know, or to think in that regards. And so when life happens, you go into a monkey mind space and you look for other people to say, well, this is what you should do, that's what you should do, and you don't really know how to say, well, you know what, this is what's best for me. I'm gonna do what's best for me, period. You just don't, because your judgment was clouded at a very young age. Behind it, if you've experienced trauma, and I'm saying you like the proverbial you, not like, you know, like I know you personally, right? I'm speaking just in general use, because I've been that person, you know, I've been that way. You know, monkey mind is very real, because which is why I work with lapis a lot, because it does work with your throat chakra and telling your truth, standing in your truth, expressing your truth in totality, and being able to say either I'm a fucked up person because I'm a fucked up person and being honest about it, or, you know what I'm saying, I'm a great person and I'm a great person, and that's honest too, you know, but it not being at the hands of someone else to make that determination for you as a value for your life. And too often, you know, we're put in situations to where, you know, this is the value, bruh. No, it ain't. Mm-mm. No. You know, and you kind of start taking steps backwards to say, you know, well, what do I value? What did I value? Whose voice did I hear the value that doesn't resonate with me sound like? Whose voice is that? Now, if it ain't yours, fuck them people. Give them people back their stuff. You know, everybody's intentions about a lot of people's intentions about healing work and healing isn't, it's ego driven, you know, and it's something that you really have to watch out for, because it is ego driven oftentimes, especially, you know, coming back to, you know, their own work, their own shadow work, their own, you know, willing and dealing to say, you know what, this is bigger than me. I'm living a life that's bigger than me. Someone's healing depends on this. I should probably be softer in my tone, words, and delivery, because you don't know, you know. And I think we've normalized abuse in and of itself, has been normalized in so many different ways. Whether family, friends, lovers, you know, co-workers, the works, you know, abuse has been normalized. Dealing with narcissistic personality disorder has been normalized. Cognitive dissonance has been normalized. the world has been desensitized in addition to normalizing toxic behaviors. Um, and I don't mean like the generic, I mean like the psychologically toxic behaviors. Not, oh, were they toxic because they got more than one boyfriend or girlfriend? Nah, not that. But the stuff that's like the makeup of people, you know, the trauma that makes them, you know, that. And it's rough. It's rough. Um, but the world, like I said, the world in and of itself has, you know, become so desensitized to a lot of different moral systems or values, common courtesies. There's a hardness. There's a hardness that crosses cultures, religions, sexualities. Um, it's just rough. And I guess my point for coming in or coming on today was one, to ensure that you are handling yourself properly, right? Are you mishandling you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically? If you are mishandling you mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally, then it's kind of the gateway or the open door for others to mishandle, you know. And sometimes that sounds like a cop out because people know what they're doing. But in the culture of narcissism that has been created for society as a whole, there's a certain level of awareness that has to be present that says, I'm not mishandling me worth a damn. Period. And then being able to move from there. Just because narcissistic personality disorder, narcissism, and abusive people exist in the world, and they are displaying themselves without any veil, without holding back, without, you know, they don't second guess themselves, you know. I'm gonna be a narcissist today. And then they'll tell you, this is who I am. Take me as I am. So as being the opposite of a narcissist, if you are empathic, if you are, you know, if you feel everything,